Fuck yeah, that was
I'm gonna tweet out the show too. Let's all tweet it out.
You are on the air, sir. But this is your kids. And they're gonna sing us the intro.
Time for Monster Castle Paranormal Radio.
I don't know if you can hear it or not.
Featuring Wolfman Mike, Jeff
If you guys
Gray,
mute, you might be able to hear this.
Adam Shadow, and Darren, the man with 1,000 questions. Now join us as we explore the mysterious nature of our world. Igor, release the monsters from the dungeon. Crack some drinks and let go. Unwind, open your mind, just know.
Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep.
Psychics, mediums, ghosts, fireballs, lunar anomalies, Sasquatch, UFOs. It's Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. It's Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. It's Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. It's Monster Castle Paranormal Radio.
With Willie in Alaska. Our moral compass, Curtis Green. With Eric the Protector. And hugs from Apocalypse. The Angry Bog. And keeping it real with Stabby McHugs. Crack some drinks and let go. Unwind, open your mind, just know.
Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep.
Remote viewing, rabbit toys, glowing orbs, lost treasures, Martian artifacts, the chupacabra, Debbie, Daily. It's Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. It's Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. It's Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. It's Monster Castle, Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. Radio
Ugg is here. Oh, caveman Ugg. How do you do? Is caveman Ugg today? I do not know English very good, but I am supposed to host for Wolfman.
Fantastic.
Learn English, not good.
Who's your guest?
Bonk guest. Me bonk guest. Now, bonk. Yes? Or no?
Don't bunk the guest yet. We haven't even had him on.
Me not know who guest.
Guest who?
Guest who?
Me not know. Me just drag women and bonk.
I couldn't hear the intro, but I'm assuming we're live.
I couldn't hear it either.
Yes, me sorry. Me not know how bonk yet. Bonk.
That's okay. I knew it went over the air. I heard it.
Bonk. Me bonk now. Me sorry, me bunk guest. What the fuck you doing, man?
I can't believe
Jeff
that.
Mike.
I'm sorry about that, man. Okay, that was Caveman who came in. Are you okay, JP?
Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm just
He clocked you pretty
clearing
good,
my
man.
brain.
Damn, he clocked you pretty good, man.
We had that 45 minutes of warm up, and I feel like I'm up and running now.
Yeah, Caveman has to come out and whack you right on the head. Yeah.
Yes.
So we have the Jewish producer on our show tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
so
right.
this, Darren, you've been doing this a long time. I didn't know.
Yeah. We had a little run there with Wolfman. We had a pretty good thing going.
How long?
you know,
How many years?
It was just like, it was only, what was it, a year and a
half.
Just over a
probably.
year, right,
It was
Wolfman?
over a year, about a year and a half, yeah. And
You got a taste. You got a taste for it.
No, so
Yeah.
Well, we
Pretty good
started
time.
out by calling in Richard C. Hoagland's show, and that's how we met, me and Darren.
we were both stuck on after the show. We were still on because he could never figure out how to work.
We
the
weren't
damn
even
Skype.
sure if we were still on the air or not.
And Wolfman goes, I just started my own show, and I'm like, oh, he goes, you want to be on it? I go, I guess so. I think I was the fourth show, the third, fourth. We had 8 listeners. We were
Jeff
so
the
excited.
Grey, Jeff the Grey and I started it, and then went. I think you were the next one. That was it, right?
No, it was
Eric- Who else was on there?
the guy from California. I can't think of his name. The guy with the bikes.
Dang.
I'll think of it in a second.
But as a co-host, it was.
Man, it was Marcus Aurelius was the first fucking
and
co-host.
then you.
Marcus
There's
Aurelius
a couple different people, but yeah.
from DM Talk.
And then
Hashtag
Adam.
DM
Adam was
Talk.
there.
Adam
Marcus
came, showed up, we had him
Aurelius.
on as a guest, and then we kept him.
Marcus Aurelius.
Oh, that's right, Marcus. Of course, Marcus was there first.
Yeah,
What am I thinking? Marcus was very first.
he was the very first guy.
That's right. And he
In
got.
fact, we had some pretty good shows. Those early ones. I don't know if you still have them in your archive, but those are good shows.
Oh yeah, well the archive's gone now. You have to find it on YouTube, or else I repost them.
You still have them on your computer though, right?
I have
All
them.
paranormal in
I have
topic,
it all.
right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we'd
it's
have
some
guests
really
and- No.
wild, cool, wicked shows, man. Darren and I did some great work. His kids and him made that song for the intro themselves.
That's great.
Yeah,
Too bad he didn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
hear it, but it's always great to get the kids going on it. It's so fun.
You gotta turn that back down. You don't need
to
to
have
hear
the kids
yourself.
doing it.
Not sure
So-
why that didn't feed back to you, because it's coming from the same computer. For some reason, I can't give it back to you on Skype through the same computer. Because
JP, where did you get your name? Why are you called the Jewish producer? What did you produce, and was that your first career or what?
Well, yeah, I was in production, in movie and TV production for about 7 years. But yeah, that was more of just like a Brian thing, because he knew that people would it would kind of stir up some whatever. I wasn't a big fan of it. The closest I ever had to that was there was a bar I used to go and frequent back, in the day. And when I would go there, and once everybody there knew me, I was Jewish Joe or Jew Joe. And I thought that was kind of funny. So actually, when
Are you
Brian
really
came around,
Jewish?
I met Brian. He had this idea for our show, and he goes, "Why don't you just do Jewish producer? It'd be funny." And I'm like, everyone's gonna fucking hate me for no reason.
totally confused. Which Brian?
Mr. Midnight Movie.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah,
See, I
that's
don't
just-
know what his background is.
He's a buddy of mine, and we know each other here. We live close to each other. We know each other through mutual friends and through a former roommate of mine, and so we started hanging out. And he always had a couple ideas that
So
I
you're
kind of
both
thought were funny.
fucking the chick.
Yeah, and we're both banging the same chick.
Yeah, I just read your mind.
I don't know how you knew that. But it worked.
I'm a little bit
He's
psychic.
psychic.
Yeah. A little bit psychic, a little
So,
bit rock and roll.
All
That's
three
right.
of us are within a few years of each other.
Yes.
We're
I didn't
all
know
right around
that
50.
Wolfman was a couple years older than me. In fact, I thought he was younger, but yeah. Because I've seen a picture of him and he looks much younger to me.
Yeah. He's a good-looking man.
Yeah.
Not too bad, I guess. The job I got now, it keeps me in shape even better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Do you still have those big furry sideburns?
not right now. They come and go as I feel like it.
All right.
Sometimes I take them. They get itchy, so I don't keep them for too long, and then I'll get rid of them. And then,
I know it's hard to have a beard because they do get itchy, but
yeah, I don't know. I can only keep a beard so long, and then I gotta get rid of it. I'll do the goatee, and then sometimes I'll do a reverse goatee.
What's a reverse goatee?
That's when I just let all the other hair grow on my face like a dog, like a wolf, and then I just cut around inside my lips and my mouth.
So where the goatee normally is, it's just
that's what I cut
skin.
out.
Whoa! Do you have a picture of that?
Well, that's when I look like the Wolfman. That's like
I don't know if I've seen it. You look like that before.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's the Wolfman look. It makes me look like the Wolfman because I got
JP,
a lot of facial hair.
Yeah.
I guess I need to ask this question first because I think Joe and some of the people in the Discord chat, which we are in, think that you're just trolling when you're talking about all these conspiracies. And I'm open to conspiracies, and I love talking to people about conspiracies. But I just want to know: you swear on your mother's grave that you believe all these things?
I'd always find that to be a weird expression, but what specifically? Because I don't.
Basically, you're not trolling us with all these conspiracy theories, are you?
Well, what conspiracy theories are you talking about?
All the ones you talk about in Discord.
Well, I need you to be specific because some.
So you're not sold on the flat Earth 100%, right?
I think that's a hard one to be sold on 100% because nobody's been able to go up and actually do the right demonstration. But, there's been a lot of things in this world that have been occulted, like, the Antarctic. There's still a lot of mystery to exploration of the Antarctic. Just
I know
for
a little bit about that.
So until some of these things are changed and there's more transparency, I'm gonna continue to question them. I'm not gonna sit back and go, that what I was taught in school is gospel when you basically have one textbook maker out of Texas who undercut every other distributor of textbooks because they were part of this system, and it goes on and on. There's the amount of deception in this world is tremendous, and I think everything should be taken with an open mind, and the potential that a lot of what we were taught as kids is probably not true.
Okay, so you're not trolling us.
It depends on what you're talking about. You're just kind of throwing out these words, but I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I think he is trolling us, and I should electrocute him.
I'll just take you at your word. All right,
Mr.
So
Darren,
maybe one day, because you've asked me this before, but you said the same thing. And if you can kind of come up with some specifics instead of just calling me a conspiracy theorist.
I don't mind you being a conspiracy theorist. I love conspiracy theory. I'm a conspiracy.
I didn't say that you don't, but I'm just saying instead of saying like, are you this or that, just take each topic one by one. I think you'll have a better response.
Well, I just want to know that you're being honest.
I'm not trolling with the dinosaurs.
All right. So I'm
Antarctica.
You know what? I'm with Antarctica. Darren, I'm with them on this. I talked to him on another show. I really thought about it, and I know there's something weird going on here, that he's on to something. Even if he's trolling, I don't care if he's trolling. He is on to something.
Trolling.
There definitely is a big money market with dinosaurs, and there's something kind of screwy about it. I agree.
and especially that they keep everyone away from everything. And I found some dinosaur bones. Apparently, I talked to a paleontologist about stuff I found when I was a kid, and I showed it to them, and they told me what each piece of stuff was. But come and think of it now, how do I know that wasn't all just bullshit too?
Right.
I found a human bone once, and I brought it to the police station. And
What was it? Like a femur?
It was a human femur, and I wasn't
Did you
sure if it
beat
was an
them
animal
with it?
femur.
I guess the bone.
Did you beat them with it, Darren?
It was ancient.
I know,
I
but
found
you
it down at
should.
the river.
I know, but you
Nibble the
should have beat the
gristle off
cops
it.
in the head with the femur, and should have acted like a caveman and gone, and then bonk them with the fucking thing. God damn
Look at how
it!
it went. I had the bone,
Noise bonk.
and then I met a doctor, and I showed him the bone. He said, that's definitely human. I go, really? Because I figured it was a dog or something. And then I well, shit. I better go to the police station and tell them where I found this bone, just in case there's like a dead body there. And they looked at it, and they were like, no, this thing's like a fossil. It's old, really old. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. I think I ended up throwing it out or something.
You just
'cause I can't
found a
find it now.
fossil?
Oh
I
yeah,
don't-
it was a human fossil
a
bone. It
big
probably
bone.
had to. It was probably like the missing link, and you threw it away.
Right.
I don't remember throwing it away, but I can't find the damn thing to save my life. It's probably in a box in the attic.
Just like the UFOs that are put in some back fucking storage facility. Everything's put in a box. The Ark of the Covenant's back there too somewhere.
Yeah, like Raiders of the Lost Ark. Dee-dee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to go backwards a step, Darren, I'm not going to just throw topics out there just to throw them out and bullshit. I try to be as straightforward with them as I can. A lot of these things have a lot of detail behind them. You take a look at 9/11. It's like a swampland. There's just like it's so much information, and I think that's kind of what was done intentionally. But there's just so much information. Where do you even start with something like 9/11 nowadays? So ridiculous.
My friend that we had a show with John Macaluso. Did we do 2 shows or just one with him?
I
Wolfman?
don't remember.
And he was a cop at Ground Zero, and so
Just
he
one.
saw plane parts, and that would be a good show to redo. He said he'd come on again, so
Well, I'm surprised because I know he got pissed off with some of my little antics.
well, at the end you got kind of drunk. He
Yeah,
got
I
tired.
didn't like it. He was pissed.
No, he wasn't pissed. He's just tired of the drunks.
Oh,
'Cause,
okay.
it was the night that what's your friend that had the radio show? The
Hey,
other
you know
one?
what?
Yuck Nasty was on there.
Yeah,
He was
well,
hammered,
guess what?
too.
We have another one. The Malyard Report.
Nice.
Jim just retweeted our show that we're on right now.
Yes.
My friend,
I know the Malyard Report.
Yeah,
I
my
follow
buddy
that dude on
yeah.
Twitter.
Okay, well, he just retweeted the show.
Nice, man.
Well, sweet.
I wonder if that
on
was,
Twitter,
back.
on Twitter.
You know what?
for
He and I
me.
follow each other, so I wonder if he was, if that was one of my. Do I get the assist on that?
Definitely. Well, I'm
Yeah.
just making sure right now that I'm following him. Oh
Yes.
my God, I'm not even following him, and he's doing this for me. So I just had to.
It had to
Well,
have been you
I
then,
retweeted, and then he retweeted it, so that I get the assist. But the Malyard
Definitely.
Report's awesome.
All right, so thank you, Jewish producer, for spreading the word.
No, the Malyard Report's bomb.
It's
Go to
really
it.
what we need
Go
to
find
do
my
because
link.
nobody knows I'm back on the air. So nobody knows I'm back on the air. I did have
Hey,
quite
if
a
we
bit
get
of.
8 listeners, that's a good start, right?
Hey, that's how we started. Darren, remember that? We watched it just
Hell yeah.
grow and grow and grow until it
We
was
had
in the
8 people.
1,000. Once it went over
8 people in one
1,000.
chatter.
Once it was over 1,000, then I stopped looking at it. I didn't want to know that there was that many more people listening to it. That was enough.
It started getting nerve wracking.
Yeah.
We were really. I mean, look at that. We only have 2 comments, me and you, right now. Remember,
I
we used
didn't
to just have
expect the
100.
show to go that big that fast. I really didn't.
I didn't either. It was pretty cool. We
By
had
the
Dave
way,
Scott on there a couple.
Just so you guys are aware, the Malyard Report has almost 90,000 followers on Twitter. FYI, just saying.
Wow.
It's a paranormal.
I know
deal.
Jim. I know him. I've talked to him
Oh, okay.
before. He's helped me.
Nice.
He helped me out when I first started.
Oh, cool, man.
He was just starting back then, so we talked.
Okay. So you guys.
He's my buddy.
You got your thing.
Yeah, so he's my buddy, and so you're on his show. That's so you told him that, and wow, that's,
I don't know.
So
he may have
circle.
seen yours. Who knows now? We don't know. We both know. So that's good.
JP.
Yep.
Can I ask you about Antarctica?
Yeah.
So of Antarctica, that's
I think it's
not kosher,
completely occulted, and it's completely restricted, and I don't know why. And what I do know, I mean, there's just so that's another one of those like can of worms, man. There's so much, but look, I mean,
have you studied the early exploration of Antarctica?
Yes, with Admiral Byrd and the whole.
No, that was in the middle of the last century, like more like Shackleton.
Yeah, but I'm actually impressed that you know all about that stuff. So that's impressive. So you're right in on the conspiracies.
Getting there. But yeah, no, I do follow. What? Yeah, like where are you at with?
Well, I read a lot of the books, like the Nimrod expedition. What was that, 1907, where they tried to get to the center of Antarctica, and Shackleton barely got them out of there, and they were all starving to death. They all lived though. And then when Shackleton was going to do the Trans-Arctic, and then the Endurance went down, and they had to they had to live on the ice for the winter, and then they escaped in the 2 boats to Elephant Island. You've heard that whole story, right?
Maybe. I have to go back and.
Oh man,
I love that story, man. I've heard it once a long time ago, and it's coming back to me now.
They were freezing to death. They were starving. They were thirsting to death. 3 days in those open boats trying to get to Elephant Island because they got stuck in the ice when they were trying to get to the land because it was a really cold winter. And then the Endurance, which was a beautiful boat.
Okay, there's something screwy about this story. Why would they call it Elephant Island if it's in the Arctic?
Well, that was the only. Well, they had like 3 choices. They could have gone for Elephant Island. They could have tried to go to
Elephant Island. Where's that?
It's near Hockham. Is it Hockham Bay, or what's the bay there that they tried to land in? It's basically the closest piece of land after the ice started moving when it started melting, and they went for it and they landed there. It's basically a big rock. They flipped one of the boats over and made a camp out of it. And then Shackleton took like 5 guys, and they took the best of the lifeboats, and they built it up higher, and they had pumps on it, and they grabbed all the food and water they could. And he went to South Georgia, and they made it through the worst oceans in the planet. They made it dead reckoning with the sun only coming out like twice. They made it to South Georgia, but they landed on the west side of South Georgia. So at that point, they left 2 people in a cave, and 3 of them went up and over South Georgia in like a harrowing 3-day crossing. They made it to South Georgia. When they got there, the people didn't even recognize him. He goes, "Don't you recognize me?" He goes, "No." He goes, "I'm Shackleton." He goes, "What?" Because they had lost so much weight. And then they got a boat. It was like during World War I at that point, and they found out that the whole world had changed. And finally, after like 4 rescue attempts, they were able to get. Well, first they got the guys on the other side, and then they went back, and they were able to get the people off of Elephant Island. Finally, after like another 2 months and 3 attempts through the ice, and nobody died except for the people on the other side of the island that didn't have Shackleton. That's why Shackleton still has. There's still groups that study his leadership. You can go to seminars that talk about Shackleton's leadership.
Just the survival element alone.
He was just a great leader. It was all about optimism and just keeping your spirits up when things, when things are just completely dire,
That's how I feel in Discord. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to write the book. What about Captain Cook? Was he involved with? Was this the same journeys?
That's way before.
Okay.
It was the English guy that died. He got to the. There's Art Harmanson. I can't think of his name. He's like the most famous guy. He wrote the most Dangerous Journey in the World book. He didn't write it. His shipmate wrote it, but they died. So they made it to the South Pole, and then this harrowing experience, and they made it to within like 3 camps of getting out of there. But maybe it was 1911. I think it was 1911. Because Shackleton's was during World War One. That was 1914, where he was going to try to cross it because they had already done everything else. They'd got to the pole. But Admiral Byrd was he was crazy, man.
Yeah.
You know, he's out there all by himself, and he was poisoning himself. Did you ever read the book Alone? It's considered like the 4th best adventure book of all time.
I never read it, but yeah, I know of it.
Just as
Do you think
before,
it's actually a fake document, like a fiction book?
Alone wasn't. It just was his diary, basically.
I know, but
And-
I think it's. I don't believe any
It's
of it.
possible. Yeah, it's possible.
Well, I don't believe the stuff about the alien hole and all that shit that he said he saw when he was flying over. He's just trying to fund his... And he was nuts after that. After Alone, he went nuts because he was... His stove was basically poisoning him the whole time. And that's what you could tell, like at the beginning of his diary versus the end. And he was just trying to heat the place, but every time he heated the place, he'd fucking poison himself with carbon monoxide poisoning. And so he just couldn't figure out how to survive the winter out there by himself. He was just all alone. And that's why it's such a great book. And it's in big blue type. It's an amazing book. If you look under adventure stories, it's always in the top 10. So,
Wow.
anyways.
Yeah, well, you know what? It is a great story, and I'm not sure if it's just a story or not, but I'd like to believe that there's something weird going on up there. I've heard other shit about Antarctica, and there's a lot of things I've heard that recently, even them finding pyramids, structures under the ice that are melting, that are coming up.
Pyramidal structures on Mars.
Yeah.
No, in Antarctica, there's a bunch of them. Perfect pyramids, and it's proven that Antarctica was warm.
Well, yeah,
and
like
there were
that's why I
animals
was going to say, why would they call it Elephant Island? If there wasn't elephants there at one time, it was probably.
I think it's the rock formation that's there. It looks like an elephant.
Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking.
But you can still go there. You could go to Elephant Island. You can see where they camped. You
I
can
think
actually
they're going to
see.
find, like, when the ice melts in Antarctica, haven't they found, like, woolly mammoths there, too? Or not? Have they found anything weird there? I don't know about that. I just thought of it now. Like, I know they find them up north.
I don't think there's mammoth there. I think it was tropical, wasn't it, JP?
Yeah, but they found other things. Didn't they find other things like tropical trees or something? I've heard they found
the woolly mammoth.
When
it was tropical.
Yeah.
It was tropical.
They found out for sure now that, like, when the ice melted in certain spots, evidence that it was a tropical, like, equator.
Yeah. Well,
it was at the equator at one
found
time.
Stuff. Hey, it's like JP says. There's a lot that they don't know about. It's just so damn cold down there.
And you could start with the maps. Even the maps are all screwed up. It depends on which map you look at. It's that convoluted. There's so much.
That and those 2,000-year-old maps have the land mass perfect, and we didn't even know until like 20 years ago when we looked through the ice and saw that that map was actually accurate. And they don't know where those maps came from.
It's
They're really
I heard this a million times, but it's great to repeat it because some people have never heard about this before.
One thing I do, and you should do this in your hometown, I went to this library that had an underground floor that nobody knows to ask for. And I asked them if I can access it because that's where they keep all the maps. Very few people apparently know to even go down there. And
yeah, I've been
I
there.
got a chance to go down, and I found maps from the late 1800s. It was mind-blowing. So cool.
There's a lot of libraries.
It's great to do that.
Where you can
have a break. We are on the half hour. It is 3:30 a.m. here in Ontario. I don't know what we are. But hold your idea. We're going to be right back, folks. Time for a piss break. right, Igor. That's enough. Oh, Jesus. I left for a minute. Guess what he was doing? Just electrocuting people and then they're dead. And he still keeps electrocuting them. So, wow.
Are we back?
Yeah. It was Igor. He pretty much destroyed my studio again. There's dead bodies in here. He electrocuted someone up here right in front of the mic when I was taking a piss.
Man, is there anybody in the dungeon right now?
No, he came up. He must have came up just when I left to go take a leak. And he electrocuted somebody.
Send him back behind the doors.
He's hiding in here somewhere. He's not even downstairs. I didn't hear the door. He faked it. He stayed up here. He's hiding somewhere up here.
So I have an Admiral Byrd book that's an original first copy. It's worth hundreds of dollars.
What year was that made?
It was like, I don't know, like 45 or 48. I can't remember. It's first copy, first issue.
Wow.
Yeah. His stories are crazy. That he and one thing, and you're absolutely, the whole thing is very strange. I mean, one thing for sure, we sent an armada down there, didn't we?
Yeah.
After World War II.
Well, yeah, and just to think that we're living in
quickly.
Yeah.
What were they looking for? What were they doing?
It's just strange that in our modern time that there could even be the possibility that there's an entire continent that we just haven't seen. We don't know anything about. Why? Come on.
I know.
It's really a source of mystery, and there just shouldn't be that.
Yeah, like the amount of mystery. In fact, just over the fucking poles. Like, you're not allowed to fly over the poles.
You can fly over the North Pole.
No, you can't. Not allowed to fly near it. You fly around it, and you can't go right near it. As far as I know, the poles are
right over the pole?
Both poles are a no-fly zone. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure of that.
I know the Northern Passage is open now. Like, it's melting so much that there actually is a Northern Passage, and there's new cruise ships that are doing the Northern Passage. They're expensive, but they're doing it. They're going right through the ice.
That's fucking stupid. As far as I'm concerned, that's ridiculous, stupid nonsense.
Well, I think you're stupid nonsense.
Well, okay. Well, then you go through the Arctic Passage and shit your ass, wondering if the boat's going to crash in an iceberg, and then you're going to drown.
No, they've been doing it. It's like the newest thing in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I know.
That going to Cuba. Everyone's going to Cuba now.
Through the Arctic Passage?
The Northern Passage. Remember they were looking for the Northern Passage forever before they built the Panama Canal?
Oh, yeah. Cuba's on the other side, right?
It was always frozen. Well, it's thawed enough now they can actually get a boat up there and through.
I know. One of these times it'll all just go and then just refreeze when they're going through. When that stuff and it just all
JP
just refreezes.
Yes.
JP, have you heard about that lake that's down there? What is the name? It's like a Russian name. Down in Antarctica. And if they dug a tunnel down to it, and then they put rafts, and it's basically you can see this freshwater lake. There's about 8 feet, and then ice.
Lake Vostok.
And miles and miles and miles. And they're studying the water, and they're trying not to, contaminate it at all.
It's another source of mystery. And have you heard about like all the red tape it takes just to set up an exploration team, or just to go in and to navigate? There's no cars allowed in the areas that need to be explored. There's all kinds of red tape. I remember reading through it a couple times. It's pretty extensive and more mystery.
And everybody started going down there. What was it, like a year and a half ago? It's like Buzz Aldrin went down there, and all of a sudden he said, "What's down here is amazing," and then he deleted the tweet, and the next thing you know, he's in the hospital. The whole thing was weird.
Somehow, mysteriously, they let what's his name, the dude that just killed himself, go down there and do one of his shows in the Antarctic. Give me a break.
He killed himself too? Who
Anthony Bourdain. No, Anthony Bourdain. Did
No
a show.
shit.
Yeah.
And then he killed himself.
Yeah, it took the whole
wasn't a
crew
big-
down there.
Yeah.
And did,
I heard about
the
that.
Antarctic.
Okay, now don't you guys just think that they feel the same way as us all their lives, and that there's such a mystery? They just want to go there and look for themselves. That's the only reason they're going there.
Didn't the Pope of the Eastern Orthodox Church go down there too?
Oh shit, you're right about too many people are going. That is weird. There's something going on there, and then you hear about the Nazi stuff that they have a base there. That the Nazis are still there,
I don't know.
and that they've
They did
been
have a
working
base
with.
Dark Side of
They've
the
been
Moon.
working with the UFOs and shit. There's a race there, and there's a portal that goes to the inner Earth. I heard that
Darren,
one
get
too.
The portal.
And and Shangri-La is there as well. Shangri-La, where there's this spot where I've heard this, where there's a volcanic lake, and it's actually tropical.
That's what Admiral Byrd wrote about.
Yeah.
Like greenery, forest.
Okay, well, I've heard this from a different source. This is a bunch of scientists that saw this and got stuck somewhere, had to get rescued, and then
The real mind blower.
they
from
were
Admiral
told never to
Byrd.
talk about it, but some of their information leaked out. These scientists. This wasn't that long ago. I remember talking about it on the show, and they said, what was it? There was they were taken by some aliens inside the Earth.
Yeah, there's like a hole to the inside,
Yeah.
the inner Earth,
Otherwise, they would have froze to death.
the hollow Earth.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, that was a good one for. You know,
Remember
I've heard,
Robert
I've heard
Morgenstern
everything. There's a
found that-
diamond-shaped Earth. There's a square Earth. There's a hollow Earth.
One thing I
There's
do
a
know is, and
Pringles can Earth that I've heard somewhere.
Jesus Christ. Okay, if you take, I'm gonna put this to rest. If you take a drop of water and throw it out in space into anti-gravity, what happens to it? And we've seen this on the space shuttle. So that's
Perfect
real.
circle.
That's exactly what happened. To make little, and they bubble and stuff, but when they
Not a
stop,
circle,
when they
though.
settle,
More of an oval.
well, once they perfectly settle and stop moving around, they form a sphere.
I don't think JP thinks we went into space, do you?
We've never gone past low Earth orbit. Is my theory.
But we have gone into anti-gravity.
Yeah, there's hours of video footage of them on the space shuttle floating around.
Or
How do you
non-
think they did that?
I mean, no gravity, zero gravity, not anti-gravity, zero gravity. We can create zero gravity
No, we can't.
just by
Well, we can't on a plane for about
on a plane
6
and
minutes.
for a little
4
while
minutes.
they can do it for a little while on a plane using centrifugal force.
That's it.
But
That's the only time you can have no gravity on Earth is on the plane. That's how they filmed Apollo 13.
yeah, and exactly. So maybe that's all they ever fucking did.
No, because there's fucking hours of video footage of them on the space shuttle
Oh, that's true.
floating around and
Making
It's
little
not cut.
experiments and stuff, and so you can't argue with me when I say when you drop water into zero gravity, it forms eventually into spheres. So that's what our planet is shaped like. As far as I'm concerned, that makes sense logically. That's what anything would form into in space of zero gravity. It would collect into a sphere.
That's what your penis would do.
Well, anything would, because it has a center of gravity that starts working around, right? And we're in 3D, so definitely your penis would do that same thing. I'm not even thinking about space
All right.
anymore. I'm just thinking about penises now. Fuck. We gotta dance. All right, yeah. Oh, man.
We don't know if you're playing music or not.
I know, that's the good part.
Are you putting sound effects over us?
Damn right I am.
I don't think he's heard I haven't heard a damn thing. No music, nothing.
Well, that's because I have you guys hooked up in a way now. It's called Mix Minus.
Oh, awesome.
And it's cool because you don't ever get that feedback.
Yeah, but then we don't know what sounds you're making
Yeah,
when you're making fun of us.
I could be
I-
a gigantic fart every time I speak.
Anyway, I can't mix it in. I mixed it in once and it worked for a second, and then it won't work anymore. I don't know why.
We heard it a couple times. You turned it up, or
you
I
did?
could hear it just for a little bit. I don't know what you were doing.
Well, it's the
anyways. Back to the dinosaurs.
I'll explain that more later off the air. We only have we have 3 minutes left.
Wow, that was super quick,
wasn't it?
Yeah, man. Well, these 45-minute shows go quick. I mean, you can do 4 of them, and that's their 3-hour show, right?
Yeah, like a 2-hour show seems undaunting, but then you do a 45-minute show, and it goes like, boom,
bang, gone.
And now it's our second one. Boom.
We used to do a 3-hour show, and then he would do another 3-hour show, and then another 3-hour show. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, we were like pretty much like 24 hours.
No, not we. You. I was fucking exhausted after 3 hours.
Well, I had other people join in and stuff. I don't know how I did it. I really don't. And then I went to work too. Oh, fuck. Hungover.
The Jews sunk the Titanic is online. Is that you, JP?
No.
What is that?
The Jews sunk the Titanic. Wow.
Yeah,
that's
it's pretty
awful.
Crazy.
Why did you
it's not a good
that?
Not a good time to be called Jewish producer.
Yeah, well, you know what? Now I want to know why. How do you since you're a Jew, can you explain that to us? No, I'm just kidding.
No, can't. Nowhere
Are
near.
you Jewish?
Oh,
Yes.
you know what? Not anymore, because Father Guido is going to come to baptize you right now before the end of the show.
There we go. Have you heard an alien baptism yet?
Baptize you and baptize. Okay, dunk in your fucking head. Come on, get it in there. Come on, get your head in the water. All right, I'm baptizing you. All right. Okay, now I gotta stretch the skin a bit right here. Oh, holy fuck, the shit! A little pushed a little hard. I'm sorry about that. All right. Now you're a baptized.
Baptized.
So I guess
Are Jewish people baptized too? I forget. I don't know.
No.
No, because I guess
No, they just chop our
believe in
dicks
Jesus,
off.
I guess.
We get circumcised at 7 days, and then we have a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah at 12 or 13 years of age. That's kind of our...
Did you study religious studies when you were young?
Yeah, I mean, I did. Was bar mitzvahed. I was taught in an Orthodox Hebrew school for about 4 years. And then after that, at 13, when I had my bar mitzvah, I was given the option, and I said, "Sit and spin," and that was it.
That was it. You graduated.
Graduated to the next level. Yeah, no, that was it. So I never really went back to. I mean, I've been to temple many times since, but that was it.
We are definitely running out here, man.
All right,
All right.
3, 2, 1.
That's it.
Nice show. That was fun. It's good.
Oh, yeah. It was
Good
great
time.
to have you back there. It really felt like the old times there, man.
It did. That's good. Fun stuff.